So, this St. Patrick's Night, we have undertaken a journey, an exploration of what it means to be Irish today, a journey into our ancient past, exploring its connection with our present and looking towards our future. So what have we heard? We heard about the power of stories. We heard of snakes and suicide and how we need to show care about the stories we choose to tell ourselves. Because when we are stripped of everything, we still have one extraordinary power left to us, the power to choose how we think about things. We heard about the power of defiant idealism, about how sometimes success isn't about winning or losing, but about showing how things ought to be. We heard about addiction and silence, about an Ireland that does not yet allow the honest speaking of trauma and truth, and how the only cure is to keep on talking, to try and ensure each of us has a voice. We heard about an Ireland whose freedom had been won by unrelenting idealists, by women and men who died for that freedom, and was failed as we swapped one garrison for another, a garrison of golden circles and feather-bedded cronyism. How the total betrayal of our ancestors who gave their lives for our freedom bent us to near breaking point, but we did not break. We will not break. We heard of pagans and saints, of dark ages and golden ages and snakes, of how we need our snakes, of a need to shed our old skins of victimhood and oppression and emerge revivified. The power is within us. It always has been. We heard of the need to turn ourselves inside out. The future is what we build together, what we create together. It can be an ugly, vulgar extension of what we already are, or an invitation to the reality of what we might yet become. We heard about art as a catalyst for change. The magical gift of imagination is a universal sensibility within us all that strives to make visible the invisible, filling the gaps between words and thoughts. We heard of recovered memories and mermaids' daughters and the stress of trying to make sense of that for which we do not have words. We heard it's all down to us, but that it's not our fault. And we heard music and voices and sounds. We are a place of sounds, of music and words and pictures. We are Ireland. We are of this place. We are the inheritors of all that has come before us and the shapers of all that will follow. We are Celt and Norman. We are pagan and Christian. We are believer and non-believer. We are the oppressed and the oppressor. We are the victor and the vanquished. We are the ones who left and the ones who stayed, the emigrant and the immigrant. We are old and young, black and white. We are child and we are parent. We are powerful and we are powerless. We are settled and we are traveller. We are brutalised and we are brutal. We are victim and we are perpetrator. We are generous and we are selfish. We are rich and we are poor. We are able-bodied and we are people with disabilities. We are the sum of all the lives that came before us, lives that resonate in the stones of this place. And we are men and we are women. We are gay and we are straight. We are love and we are hate. We are hopeless and yet so full of hope. We are cynical, maybe because we fear our optimism. It might demand too much of us. We are betrayed, and in our hurt and our fear, we have even betrayed ourselves. We are brave but battered. We are told we are stoical. I don't think so. Perhaps we are just too silent. We are too silent, but we can make such sounds. We have stopped demanding too much of others, but we don't demand anything like enough of ourselves. We know what it is to be trapped, to be ruled by those who conquer us or dominate us or who seek to own us. And we know what it means to win freedom. We have hearts that roar, and when we let them, we can do anything. We don't need to be anyone's best little country for anything. We just need to be the best we can be for ourselves and for those who will follow. There can be no better. We are the 6 million on this beautiful island and the 70 million beyond it. We are Ireland, all of us. Every day in all we do, by our actions or our failures to act, we evoke our past, we make manifest our present, and we define our future. Each of us, all of us, every little thing, every smile, every kindness, every sneer, every cruelty. We can choose the shape of our future, or we can let it happen to us and have the future Ireland defined not by our actions, but by our failures to act. We can seize this day and shape every one that will follow. We can be great. We can be great. We are Ireland.